The recess is now at an end. We come to item number 4. The officials are as named on the list before you, so I will not spend time on introducing them one by one. First, we welcome you all, and please give us a brief going through. Now, we cover 3 documents. They concern revision of fees not related to people's livelihood. The first is about builders' lifts and tower working platforms, the officers' fees and the registration fees, and the test reports and test certificate reports fees. So we propose to increase the fees by about 10% to gradually recover the cost. The second and third documents are about excavation on streets, and these are also about the recovery of fees for the certificates, and we also propose to raise the fees by about 10%. Now, also on excavation of streets, under the government now, we try to recover the economic costs as well, and the economic costs adjustments will be ranging from 14% to 22%. This is to reflect the impact on the society when roads are excavated. So that is a brief going through of the documents. Any questions from members on the adjustments of fees? If not, we thank the officials for joining us. And I believe we have covered this item. Next item, item number 5, the scheduled time should be 4:05, but we are ahead of that. Chair Yun Han, I welcome the efficiency today, but I hope that the Secretariat can alert the officials to come earlier. Of course, the Harbourfront Commission item will take longer, so we should remind them to come earlier. Yes, I think that's true. We will need more time for those 2 items. It's now 3:10. Perhaps we take a 30-minute recess. We'll come back at 3:40, 20 minutes ahead of schedule, because we need to notify them. The Harbourfront will take relatively little time because it's simpler. I think we need to notify them. Please notify them. Well, there is also the meeting on Columbaria. Now, because we do need more time to discuss the last 2 items. So let's not take the break till 3:40. Let's take a break, say, till 3:20 or 25. Gary Fan, I'd like to ask Chairman. Now, usually when there is insufficient quorum, then the meeting cannot be held. However, when the when the meetings are over, now technically
we can answer your question in a while. Ms. Chen Yin, when we put questions to the government, I think we need to be reasonable. We have, scheduled the time for them to come, but we have finished the 2 items earlier. So to be fair, I won't challenge the government because we have been ahead of time. Perhaps the chairman can ask them to come earlier, because for the last 2 items, that is the Harbourfront Authority and also the relics at the SEL site, will probably take longer. I think we need to find out which team will come earlier. But I think this is a good sign in future. I hope our meetings will also, be as efficient. Previously, we would not have been able to cover 2 items, within the scheduled time. So it's really, good that we've been able to be so efficient. Well, the clerk has just told the team for the next item to arrive at 3:30. Why don't we now adjourn until 3:30? Regarding Mr. Fan's question, of course, today we hope that, well, of course, when we, plan the agenda for the meeting, we try to allow more time for members' discussion, and sometimes the Secretariat may not be able to really, predict the timing so accurately. It just so happened that the last 2 items were not very controversial, and that's why we've been ahead of time. I hope that for the remaining items on the agenda, we can start earlier so that members can have more time. And if we have sufficient time, we may be able to even finish our meeting earlier. Anything else that the Secretary would like to add? I'd like to ask whether or not you have this technical question of the meeting having to be aborted because the officials who are supposed to be present is not here. Well, assuming the chairman doesn't exercise his power to adjourn the meeting for a period of time, let me ask the clerk whether or not he has anything to supplement. That is, if the officials were late, that is. In the past, I think when officials were a little bit late, we had, on occasions waited for them. But if they're late for a long time, I haven't, had such an experience. The officials are not late this time. I think the item, actually, the last item was scheduled to start at well past 3, but they already arrived before 3. Of course, the meeting can only be aborted if members are not present. Well, I have colleagues who've asked the officials, and most of the officials for the next item have arrived except for a few, so we can probably, resume at 3:30. All right, shall we now adjourn until 3:30?